Have you ever wondered why some people continue to grow year after year, while others remain exactly where they started? They have the same 24 hours in a day, the same challenges, the same fears, and often even fewer opportunities than you. Yet somehow they keep moving forward while everyone else stays stuck. The truth may surprise you. It is not talent. It is not luck. It is not having wealthy parents or perfect timing. The real difference is something that 99% of people never learn. And because they never learn it, they spend their lives hoping for change instead of creating it. If you truly understand this lesson today, your future can begin to change from this very moment. Most people believe success comes from finding the right opportunity, but successful people know that opportunities are attracted to the person you become. You don't first become successful and then start growing. You first decide to grow, and success begins to follow. That is why personal development is the greatest investment you will ever make. No one can build your future for you. No one can think your thoughts, discipline your habits, or unlock your potential. That responsibility belongs entirely to you. The greatest gift you have been given is the ability to choose who you become. Unfortunately, most people surrender that gift without realizing it. They allow their circumstances to decide their future. They allow fear to control their decisions. They allow comfort to steal their dreams. Then years pass, and they wonder why nothing has changed. The answer is simple. If you continue to think the same way, you will continue to live the same way. Everything begins in the mind. Your income, your confidence, your relationships, your health, and your future are all reflections of what you consistently believe and practice. Imagine planting the same seed every day and expecting a different tree to grow. It would never happen. Yet millions of people repeat the same habits, think the same thoughts, make the same excuses, and somehow expect extraordinary results. Life doesn't work that way. Your future is built by the choices you make every single day, even the small ones that seem unimportant. Reading 10 pages of a great book may not change your life today, but doing it every day for a year certainly will. Listening to one inspiring lesson may not transform your future overnight, but listening every day will slowly reshape the way you think. Success is never created by one giant decision. It is built through hundreds of small choices repeated with consistency. That is why average people quit too soon. They expect immediate rewards for temporary effort. When they don't see instant results, they stop. But the remarkable people in this world understand something different. They know that growth is invisible before it becomes visible. Just like a seed grows beneath the ground before anyone can see it, your personal growth is happening long before the world notices it. Every lesson you learn strengthens your thinking. Every book you read expands your vision. Every challenge you overcome increases your confidence. Even when it feels like nothing is changing, something powerful is taking place inside you. Never underestimate silent progress, because the greatest transformations happen quietly. The person who commits to learning every day will eventually become impossible to ignore. So ask yourself one honest question. Are you waiting for your life to improve, or are you becoming the person capable of creating a better life? That single question separates leaders from followers, achievers from dreamers, and extraordinary people from those who settle for average. Today is your opportunity to make a different decision, because the life you dream about will always begin with the person you decide to become today. Most people spend their entire lives searching for the secret to success, while completely ignoring the place where success actually begins. They search outside themselves for better opportunities, better connections, better jobs, and better circumstances. They believe that if something around them changes, then their life will finally improve. But the greatest discovery you will ever make is this: your life changes only after you change. Everything else is simply a reflection of that decision. Think about the most successful people you admire. They all faced disappointment. They all experienced rejection. They all had moments when giving up seemed easier than continuing, yet they refused to let temporary setbacks become permanent excuses. They understood that failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of the journey toward success. Every mistake teaches you something that comfort never could. Every challenge forces you to become stronger than you were yesterday. That is why you should never fear failure. Instead, fear remaining the same person year after year. Imagine looking back 10 years from now and realizing that your dreams never disappeared. You simply stopped growing. That would be one of life's greatest regrets. Growth is not automatic. Age does not make you wiser. Experience alone does not make you better. The lessons you choose to learn from your experiences are what shape your future. Two people can go through the exact same hardship. One becomes bitter, while the other becomes stronger. The difference is not the event. The difference is the mindset. Your mindset determines whether obstacles become walls or stepping stones. Average people ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Successful people ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That single shift in thinking changes everything. Every problem carries a lesson, and every lesson carries an opportunity. If you begin looking for opportunities instead of excuses, your entire perspective on life will change. Remember, the quality of your questions determines the quality of your answers. Ask poor questions, and you will get poor results. Ask empowering questions, and your mind will begin searching for empowering solutions. This is why learning never stops. Every book you read introduces you to ideas that can completely reshape your future. Every conversation with someone wiser than you has the power to save you years of unnecessary struggle. Every skill you develop increases your value in a world that rewards those who continue to grow. Never say, "I already know that." Knowing something is not the same as living it. Knowledge without action changes nothing. The real power comes when information becomes application. Reading about discipline is valuable, but practicing discipline every day is transformational. Listening to motivation feels good, but acting on that motivation is what creates lasting results. Don't become someone who collects information but never applies it. Become the person who takes one idea and puts it into action immediately. Small actions repeated consistently will always outperform big intentions that are never started. Remember that your future self is watching every decision you make today. The person you become 5 years from now depends on what you choose to read, think, believe, and practice starting now. Every morning gives you a fresh opportunity to become wiser than you were yesterday. Every evening gives you the chance to reflect, improve, and prepare for tomorrow. Life rewards those who prepare before opportunity arrives. Don't wait until success knocks on your door before deciding to grow. Prepare yourself now, because when preparation meets opportunity, people call it luck. But you will know the truth. It wasn't luck at all. It was the result of daily choices that most people were unwilling to make. And those choices, made consistently over time, are what separate the extraordinary from the average. One of the greatest lies people believe is that they have plenty of time. They tell themselves, "I'll start next month. I'll read that book someday. I'll work on my dreams when life becomes easier." But life has a way of reminding us that tomorrow is never guaranteed. The future belongs to those who respect today. Every successful life is built one ordinary day at a time. There are no shortcuts, no magic moments, and no overnight transformations. There is only the daily decision to become a little better than you were yesterday. That may not sound exciting, but it is the foundation of every extraordinary achievement. Imagine improving just 1% every single day. At first, the progress seems invisible. You may even feel discouraged because the results are so small. But over time, those tiny improvements compound into remarkable change. The person who reads a few pages every day eventually finishes dozens of books. The person who practices one skill every day eventually becomes an expert. The person who saves a little money consistently eventually builds financial freedom. Greatness is never created in one dramatic moment. It is created through ordinary actions, performed with extraordinary consistency. Most people quit because they become obsessed with results instead of focusing on progress. They measure success by what they receive instead of who they are becoming. But the greatest reward of discipline is not money. It is the person you become while earning it. Success changes your circumstances, but discipline changes your character. And character is something no one can take away from you. There will always be people who doubt your dreams. Some will laugh at your goals because they cannot imagine achieving them themselves. Others will tell you to be realistic because they have accepted average as their comfort zone. Never allow someone with limited vision to define your unlimited potential. Remember, people can only see the world through the limits of their own thinking. If they have never dreamed big, they will struggle to understand why you do. Don't argue with them. Don't seek their approval. Simply continue growing. Your results will eventually speak louder than your explanations ever could. Every day you spend improving yourself is another day you separate yourself from the crowd. While others are making excuses, you are building discipline. While others are complaining, you are developing wisdom. While others are wasting hours on distractions, you are investing in your future. These choices may not attract attention today, but they will create opportunities tomorrow that average people will never understand. The truth is, success leaves clues. Study people who have achieved what you want to achieve. Learn how they think. Learn how they manage their time. Learn how they respond to setbacks. You don't need to copy their life, but you can certainly learn from their principles. Every mentor, every book, every lesson becomes another brick in the foundation of your future. The more you invest in yourself, the more valuable you become to the world. And value is always rewarded. Never forget that your greatest competition is not another person. Your greatest competition is the version of yourself that settles for less than you are capable of becoming. Defeat that person every day. Win the battle against procrastination. Win the battle against fear. Win the battle against comfort. Those small victories create unstoppable momentum. One day you will wake up and realize you are no longer chasing the life you wanted because you have become the person capable of living it. That is the real victory. Not simply achieving success, but becoming someone whose habits, mindset, and character naturally attract it. And when that day comes, you will understand that the lesson 99% of people never learned was never hidden. It was simply ignored by those unwilling to pay the price of consistent personal growth. Now the question is no longer whether success is possible for you. The real question is whether you are willing to become the person who deserves it. Every great achievement begins with a decision that no one else can make for you. There comes a moment when you stop waiting for life to change and start changing yourself. That moment can be today. Right now, while others continue searching for shortcuts, you have the opportunity to choose a different path. It will not always be the easiest path, but it will always be the one that leads somewhere meaningful. Remember, your future is not decided by your past. It is decided by the choices you make from this day forward. No mistake is greater than your ability to learn from it. No failure is stronger than your determination to rise again. Every successful person has a story filled with disappointments, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty. What made them different was not that they avoided hardship. They simply refused to let hardship define them. They understood that every challenge was preparing them for responsibilities they had not yet imagined. Life has a remarkable way of rewarding those who refuse to quit. Sometimes the results arrive slowly. Sometimes they appear when you least expect them. But they always come to the person who continues planting seeds while everyone else is complaining about the harvest. Never underestimate the power of daily discipline. Wake up with purpose. Feed your mind with ideas that inspire growth. Protect your thoughts from negativity. Surround yourself with people who encourage your potential instead of limiting it. Spend your time building skills instead of making excuses. At the end of every day, ask yourself one simple question. Did I become a better person today than I was yesterday? If the answer is yes, then you are already succeeding, even if the world cannot see it yet. Success is not measured only by money, status, or recognition. It is measured by the person you become along the journey. Wealth without wisdom is temporary. Achievement without character is empty. But when you develop discipline, integrity, humility, and a commitment to lifelong learning, you build a foundation that can withstand any storm. There will be moments when you feel tired. There will be days when progress seems invisible. Keep going anyway. The greatest victories often come just after the hardest seasons. Every sunrise is another reminder that life is giving you one more opportunity to grow, to improve, and to move one step closer to your purpose. Never waste that gift by believing you are too old, too late, or not good enough. Those are stories fear tells to keep people average. The truth is that your potential is far greater than your doubts. You were created with the ability to learn, adapt, improve, and overcome. That ability becomes stronger every time you choose courage over comfort. One day, people will look at your life and call you lucky. They will admire your success without seeing the years of discipline, sacrifice, reading, learning, and persistence that made it possible. Let them believe it was luck if they choose. You will know the truth. You will know that every page you read, every lesson you applied, every early morning, every difficult decision, and every moment you refused to quit shaped the person you became. So don't settle for an average life when an extraordinary one is within your reach. Make today the day you commit to learning more, growing more, and expecting more from yourself. Because the lesson that 99% of people never learn is this: your greatest investment is not in the stock market, in real estate, or in someone else's dream. Your greatest investment is in yourself. Once you understand that, everything begins to change. And if this message inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs this reminder today. Subscribe for more life-changing wisdom. And remember this, every morning you wake up. The best version of your life is waiting for the decision that only you can make. Start today, stay consistent, and never stop becoming the person you were born to be.